You will be super surprised at the amount of people who come here to Paraguay just to make a quick trip out of it to check it out, or just to grab their residency and head back home, who end up falling in love with this place and end up moving here and end up either just moving their entire lives here or at least making it one of their home bases where they spend significant time, several months a year here, just off of a short little trip to check it out. What I want to do in this video is kind of break down some of my personal reasons as to why that exact thing happened with me, and some of the overall pulse that I'm getting from a lot of the expat community here, in terms of why it is that this place just captured their heart in a way that made them want to not even get back on the plane, or at least book another flight back here real soon. So welcome back to the channel. My name is Esteban. I am a US expat who has been in Paraguay here for almost 8 months, and I have no plans to leave. Stay tuned for this video and check out some of the rest of the videos on the channel to find out more about my story and more about why I say what I just said about having no plans to leave. And yeah, and learn a little bit more about yeah, some of the experience I've had, and how you can apply that into your own self to see if a place like this might also be a potential good home. So, before I dive in, I want to give a little bit of context as to the type of experience I've had with other expats. So, when I got down here, I'm a pretty social person. Went out and started to meet a good bit of people from the international community, and mostly through, in the beginning, through social events through the Asuncion Times, which is the largest English-speaking newspaper in Paraguay. I am now a content creator for them, and I'm very involved with their community, with their events. By the way, if you have any questions about wanting to get connected socially and to start meeting people here in Paraguay, please reach out, and we'll definitely connect you with some of our events, so you can come and just start finding your tribe, start finding your community. Um, so reason why I mention that is because, yeah, I've shaken a lot of hands. I've met a lot of people. I've organized my own private events as well. And at this point, I have a pretty decent grasp as to what it is that's motivating people in Paraguay when it comes to coming, and the topic of this video when it comes to staying. So I got here um, with the plans of just checking it out. I was just going to check it out, be here for maybe 90 days, something like that, maybe 4 months, 5 months. Um, you know, pretty affordable cost of living when you compare it to some other destinations. So I was also kind of in a position where I was like, okay, I'm gonna, come down, work, stack up some change, and then take it from there. Maybe go back to Argentina is what I had in mind, just because I had loved Argentina so much before I came here. Or I don't know, check out Uruguay, Brazil, Colombia, right? These other places. Um, Always with the intent of finding a long-term home. I've never been like a nomad who just wants to live in a suitcase and travel, air quotes travel just for the sake of traveling. I mean, you can watch my other videos to find more of my opinion on that whole concept, but I'm sure I'll do another standalone video just on that concept alone of travel. Um, so by the way, oh my God, check out this sunset. I'm going to show you right now. Boom. Hold on, this will now be the backdrop for my video. We've officially changed backgrounds because of how beautiful this sunset is. ¿Qué tal? All right, we continue on. So I just got kicked out of the spot I was in. Just as I was showing you guys that incredible sunset, I got kicked out. But we live on, and yeah, we're gonna continue this video right here in this chair. Now I'm sitting down, which kind of sucks. I usually like to stand, but whatever. So I think I was on the topic of basically I was telling you guys about kind of my experience with the expat community, and how I've gotten a pretty good pulse for where a lot of people's heads are at. And also just kind of started getting into what my experience was. So yeah, I got here. I was just going to be here for a few months. But then little by little, I started to really uncover the reasons why people talk about this place as such a such a wonderland. That they make it out to be such a wonderland sometimes, on the internet. Because from afar, when you look at it, um, before you come, it seems like it's not going to be very exciting. Like it's not going to have that much to offer. Um, it's going to be boring. There's not that much touristy stuff to do. There's no beach, right? So it's like a lot of these things that we associate with being able to now have in our lives as digital nomads or as, expats who have the freedom to choose to live wherever we want to live, this place does not offer. So when you think of like, okay, why the heck, where am I going to move? You think, why the heck would I move to Paraguay if it doesn't have, a crazy party scene, doesn't have a beach, it doesn't have wonderful weather year round, although the weather here is pretty solid, I'm not going to lie. Um, it doesn't have, a crazy, nice, vibrant downtown. I can't flex it on my Instagram that hard. It's it's a humble place. So yeah, I always have the mindset of, okay, I'm gonna check it out for a little bit, and then I'm gonna go to a place where I can really accomplish those things and where I can really, live like a true cool swag digital nomad. But then I got here and yeah, I started to uncover the reasons why the reasons the I started to uncover the soul that this place really has. So what is that? There's just a feeling in the air here, man. There's just an energy in the air that other places don't have. I hope you can hear how genuine it is. I say that because there's just a different energy. It is a place that's kind of off the beaten path. So when you do get here, you're coming across a particular type of person. It's a culture that's kind of unexplored. It's it's different, but it's so livable. It's so livable. When we think of the things that really matter in our lives, we ultimately start to boil it down to our daily routine, right? Sure, having a beach is great. Having fun stuff to do and cool things to post on your Instagram is great, but like what's really going to move you forward in life, right? What's really going to create a pleasant life? It's having a nice bed to wake up in. It's having good food to eat. It's having, uh a society of people around you that make you feel welcome, a community that you feel a part of, a sense of belonging, a sense of place. Um, Having energy, right? Being healthy. Health, right? Health is worth more than anything. Um, having strong ties with your friends and with your family. Having, access to the conveniences and the luxuries that you want at a price that's accessible to you. And Paraguay just maxes so high on literally everything I just said in a way that a lot of other countries just don't compare. Oh, feeling safe, that's another one, right? So when we think of, okay, like, what does our daily routine need to look like, right? Maybe you work online. You might be, e-com guy, sales guy, crypto trader, whatever, or just work a remote job for a Western company, whatever. Maybe you're a freelancer, content creator, investor, whatever it is. You have the freedom to live where you want to live. You, for the most part, are working out of your apartment or coffee shops or on the phone, or you're not going to a brick and mortar office. Maybe you got like a co-working space, something like that. Um, what sort of life do we want to design around that? We want to have a nice apartment to live in, a nice bed, a nice comfortable space, that's easily accessible, that's plenty big, that's new, that's well equipped, that has the furniture in it that we want. We want to be able to eat healthy. That's huge, right? A good diet, a fridge that's full of nutritious foods, a private chef if that's something that we want to have to make our life more convenient. We want to be able to go out there and exercise, have a nice gym, have good weather. We can go out and walk around, get our steps in, not have to worry about driving around in a car all the time. And then we work, right? We wake up, we eat our breakfast, we do our work, we eat our lunch, we have our coffee, we have our mate, we have our tereré. And then after work, we want to be around good people. And I'm kind of speaking for a lot of you guys here, but I think I'm justified in saying pretty much everything I'm saying. I don't think a lot of you guys are going to disagree. After work, you want to be around good people, good friends, good community, good people you can relate with, people you can bond with, people who make you feel welcomed, right? That 7 p.m. to 12 a.m. window of, going out, maybe going to an event, going to a bar, going to a friend's house, even if it is going to like a full-on party, or just something chill, right? Just hanging out with people, going to a dinner, having good people that just bring that social aspect into our lives. And then, in the meantime of it all, is that proper? I want to say mientras tanto, but that's Spanish. We want to have a good community and a good society around us that makes us feel welcome and makes us feel safe. Welcome and safe. A population of people around us who greet us with a smile, who appreciate our company, who don't bother me unless I bother them, right? Mutual sense of respect, of trust, somebody drops your wallet, you hand it to them. You drop your wallet, they hand it to you, right? Little stuff like that. And you want to be able to, walk on the streets at night without having to have your head on a swivel. And yeah, just feel safe and do your thing day to day and not feel like you're in danger, not feel like you've got this threat, this sense of pressure, this sense of feeling like an alien, of feeling like an outsider, feeling like a target, right? We don't want that. Those are the things that matter to us day to day, right? Those are the things that affect us on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, not just Saturday and Sunday. And everything I just mentioned, Paraguay has to offer in spades. So now I'm going to actually talk about Paraguay, right? You can get a nice apartment here at an affordable, hello cat, at a pretty affordable rent, pretty affordable rent payment. You can have a nice, new apartment with your nice furniture, nice kitchen, nice amenities. There's good gyms around here. You can stay healthy. There's access to steak, some of the best steak in the world. The word is out, guys. Steak, eggs, and avocado. We all know it's the best diet. The superhuman, call it carnivore. It's not really carnivore, but, fruit as well, right? Fruit, vegetables, steak, eggs. The myth has been busted. Cholesterol is not bad for you. Huh. Animal fat is not bad for you, right? Good diet, honey, black coffee, water, of course, rice, potatoes, right? Good, nutritious, whole foods. That's what we want, right? This place has that in spades, especially the steak part, the most important part, the red meat, the most important, most nutritious, and also most expensive part of the equation. It's very accessible, very abundant, extremely tasty, and affordable here in this place. Like, think about that. If you are, a young guy like me and you want to have a dialed in diet, you're going to be crushing red meat. Maybe have some chicken as well, but your lean ground beef, your nice cuts of steak, actually maybe not lean, your ground beef, your steak, your eggs, your high protein, you're hitting the gym, you're taking care of yourself. But like, the steak part is so important. And there's some of these other, parts of the world where either the quality is super low or the price is super high. So when you can come to a place where you can solve that part of the equation so easily, like you can here, like, that's a game changer. Because that type of fuel that you can put in your body affects every second of your day. So, healthy food, nice apartment, the people here are great. I've talked about this in other videos. It's twofold. One, the type of expats that this place attracts tend to be good people here for good reasons. They're not just here to waste time. They're not just here to be tourists. They tend to be people who are more permanent, who are entrepreneurial, who are business-minded, who are business savvy.
who who want to take risks and who have that mindset of believing that their duty is to establish their lives in the place that's actually going to treat them best and design their lifestyle around what they actually want instead of settling for the cards that they were dealt in their home country from the time that they were born. That type of person is here. And they're nice, they're welcoming, they're respectful. They tend not to be like cocky, the typical stereotypical like cocky, Medellin crypto bro, or I don't know, like your yeah, just like your seasonal traveler who's like, oh, I bought this NFT and I'm better than you. Like, you don't get those guys here. They don't come here. They go to other places. People here are humble. And then the locals here are welcoming. They're nice. They're respectful. They appreciate us. They're interested in us. Um, they make us feel welcomed as long as you're a good person. They are sensitive to bullshit though. Like they're smart. They're a smart population. If you're not willing to assimilate to their culture, if you're trying to impose your values onto them, if you are full of yourself, if you are egotistical, if you are not respectful, they won't treat you well. And they're not going to tell you why. They're just going to kind of ignore you and just make you not feel very good. Um, but as it should be, right? Those people, we should filter them out. I don't want them here either. So as long as you're here, you're respectful to them, right? You pick up the wallet and hand it back, just like I said. Um, you make the best effort you can to learn the language. You will be treated extremely, extremely well here. Better than in a lot of other places. Like the locals are very, very nice to good people. Very nice. And I love them. I love them. I love them. I love them. My Paraguayan friends are incredible. Some of the best friendships I've had in my life, and I've only been here for 8 months. Um, so you have that element as well, right? So cool expats, cool welcoming locals, and then also, yeah, for the most part, it's quite safe. Yes, it has its dangerous parts. Yes, all the same regular street smart stuff. Like go ahead and go comment, oh, but this place is dangerous. Yes, it is dangerous. You're right. Every city has its dangerous parts. Every country has its dangerous parts. But here, for the most part, it's much safer than most of the rest of Latin America. Like if you were to, you stack this place up against Rio, Medellin, Lima, Peru, even Buenos Aires, Mexico City. I mean, night and day difference in how you feel from a safety perspective. Night and day. Um, this is not somewhere where you have to be like, I am a gringo, they are locals, and if I cross the wrong person, I will be a target. Like that's very, very rare feeling here. So yeah, this place just offers like all of those good factors, those positive elements that make your actual day-to-day life easier and more enjoyable to live for for somebody who wants to have a good, productive, healthy routine. That is so, so important. And then the next thing I'm going to talk about, I'm going to try not to go too long on this video, is the growth, right? A lot of people, they come here and their eyes just burst wide open. My dad recently just came to visit me for just a few days, and he had that realization. He was like, shoot, you can feel this place is on the way up. You can feel it. The real estate developments, the land developments, of course, all the foreigners, all the residencies and stuff like that. A lot of businesses are being started. A lot of foreign investment is coming in. Um, Data centers, AI, uh, you know, easy access to labor, um, friendly regulatory environments. It's for the most part, it's a great place to set yourself up if you want to invest abroad. Whether that's buying an asset, whether that's starting a business, whether that's like what I'm doing right now. I'm investing a lot of my time into content. I make these YouTube videos. I make Instagram videos for myself and for the newspaper. Um, and I'm investing my personal brand into this country because now I know, like, I have less than 100 subscribers right now. But eventually, as the word keeps going out, keeps coming out about this country, and as I keep making content, more and more people will find out who I am, and more people will appreciate what I have to say. Um, And with that growth, this place will explode. And a lot of people, they come down here and they think, shoot, I have a golden opportunity to get in early. Get in early. Whether that's from an investment perspective, right? Buy low so that way you can later sell high. Or just set yourself up, learn the place, establish yourself socially, right? Just become a veteran of this place before all the real masses start to flock in. And it's the guys who get in early and establish themselves who will be running the show in 5 or 10 years from now when this place starts to get even more popular. So it's like you're watching this video right now. You probably looked this up. I can't imagine. I mean, I hope the algorithm does help me out, but I can't imagine you're somebody who's never heard about Paraguay and is watching this video. You probably know a little bit about Paraguay. You're considering it. I'm going to tell you this. This can be a place where you can get in early and start to just really establish yourself in a place that's on the up in a way that that's gonna pay so many dividends later on in the next few years. And yeah, that's worth its weight in gold, right? That sense of hope, that sense of optimism, that sense of like, oh shit, you know, if anything, it's like I shouldn't even be making this video. It's like, oh shit, like let's keep this under wraps. Like this place, this is a kind of untouched. Like this is a honey hole of opportunity, and I gotta, you just gotta get in now while you can. And there's like a sense of urgency attached with that as well. It's like, okay, if you don't start making moves down here now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now, you might regret it because the prices might be higher, things might be more saturated. It's all going to be different. So there's also a sense of urgency. It's like, okay, should I really buy that flight to Lima? Should I really go to Mexico? Should I really go to Bali? Or should I just stay here a little longer and see how it goes? See how it goes. Make some more friends, get my residency, maybe check out a couple properties. And before you know it, the little snowball turns into a boulder. And we end up staying. That's it. I'm not gonna drag this one on for too long. I hope you can feel the passion in my voice and everything that I'm telling you here. It really is the way I'm putting it. If there's any more specific questions, anything you want to know about Paraguay or about being a digital nomad or an expat in general, please comment down below. Follow me on Instagram at Esteban Expat. If you want to communicate with me at all, that's a great way to do it. You can send me a DM there. Yeah, I'm still early enough to where it's like, if you're a cool guy down here and you want to link up, grab some coffee or something, by all means. As long as you're cool and your Instagram account is actually real. And yeah, let's see where this place goes. Come down here, buy the flights, check it out, and before you know it, that return flight, you might end up just canceling. Don't take my word for it. Find out for yourself. See you soon.